the broadcast.
We're having a little issue with the broadcast.
Yeah, there's nothing on Facebook or it just says waiting for Sim Racing Media on YouTube.
You probably have to live start it. I don't think Frank set it as an auto start.
No, I already did.
Huh.
It's already been started. Why is it not going?
It just jumped to commercial for me, so maybe.
Commercial?
Yep, there it is. All right, later.
What the hell is going on here? Well, allegedly we're now live.
I don't think Frank set it as an...
I do want to apologize for those of you who missed qualifying. Let's go through that starting grid one more time. I do apologize. YouTube having some issues tonight. So let's bring up that starting grid. Scott Warren and Ryan Decker going to lead us off. Greg McConey, Dusty Burkhart in row 2. Mark McFadden, Jason Papp in row 3. Row 4 is going to see Brian Tarnowski and Nick Wing. Tim Henderson and Chris Worrell in row 5. Michael Anthony and James Lowe in row 6. Row 7 is going to go to Austin Collins and Brandon Wilson with Ed DeBoer and John LaBombard starting shotgun on the field. Welcome to the World Center of Racing and the season finale for the iRacing East Superspeedway Series. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you for this one. I do apologize for the technical glitches earlier. Those were beyond our control, but we are live now. This is the Racing for Stacy 275 from Daytona to close out the season. Our championship 4, Chris Worrell, Michael Anthony, James Lowe, and Ed DeBoer all electing to start deep in the field. But we've seen guys go from the back to the front numerous times. Field working its way through the turn 3 complex right now. Scott Warren setting quick time. He's going to have the button. Geico restart zone is in effect tonight. And we're also looking at an 85% fuel fill, so we're looking 28 to 29 laps is all we're going to see out of a tank go fast. Field works its way out of turn number 4. The only thing that's left for me to say is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab the popcorn because it's time to get it on in the World Center of Racing. Race fans, it's show time! Clean and green so far as the field working its way into turn number 1. Still 2x2 for the most part. Decker getting hung out to dry on the top shelf as Warren leading the bottom lane. Guys are picking him up and laying him down right now. Decker and McFadden starting to get in line on the top side. Right now that low side is working very well with Scott Warren and Greg McConey. Jason Papp now jumps up to the top side with the 69 of Burkhart in tow. Tim Henderson goes 3 wide coming off of 4 as Decker bails out and goes low. Henderson looking for a hole, does not have one yet as Chris Worrell working to his inside right now. Worrell already up 2. James Lowe already up 2. Michael Anthony in 11th. And DeBoer is biding his time. As the field's starting to get single filed out. We got some racing going on up in the front though as Jason Papp making a bid for the lead. Up on the top side. We're currently working lap 2 of 110 here tonight from Daytona. As we go on board with Papp. See Warren get a good run as McConey works to his inside. Warren jumps up in front of Papp to throw the block. Ford starting to work together. There's McFadden and McConey on the low side with Decker Burrell. 2 wide, about 4 deep right now. Everybody biding their time right now, knowing there's a lot of racing left here tonight. And again, if there are no points on the line tonight, this is our top 4 in the championship, all racing it out for all the marbles. Whoever finishes highest of those 4 is our champion. So we are going to check in as here's one of our championship 4. That is Chris Worrell in the Balsgarana Super on the low side. His dancing partner in the SimCube 99 right behind him, that is James Lowe. There is Michael Anthony on the low side as well in the Balsgarana Super number 8. And then right behind him, almost shotgun on the field, is the 24 of Ed DeBoer. Meanwhile, up in front, McConey up in the lead. Jason Papp leading the outside. That outside lane starting to get organized. Oy! Tarnowski almost went into the wall. They're 3 wide. It's Austin Collins trying to make a lane up through the middle. It's Tarnowski following Papp. Collins going to slot in front of Tim Henderson. McConey, McFadden, Decker, Papp, Tarnowski, Burkhart, Collins, Henderson, Lowe, and Wilson. Your top 10 as they currently sit. Flirting with 190 miles an hour, hauling it off into turn number 3. Take a quick look at our weather conditions coming in tonight. 71 degree ambient air temperature, 72 degree track temperature onto the lights here at Daytona. 5 mile an hour wind blowing straight down the back straightaway. Actually, I take that back. That is a complete crosswind coming over the grandstand on the front stretch and blowing a direct cross breeze down the back stretch. That is going to make things a little bit treacherous, especially on older tires. Later in the run, when that low fuel starts to burn off and the tires are already whooped, these cars are going to become a handful in traffic. Checking in tonight, pulling for one of our broadcast partners, fellow compatriots here at Sim Racing Media, Tony. Brad Mashburn checking in as always. Chris Worrell in the chat. Aunt Mary, good to have you with us. Miss Vicky, always a pleasure. May have been late. We got you here before we went green, so that's the good news. And stay green we have as McConey, McFadden leading that bottom lane. Papp leading the chop side charge right now. He's got Tarnowski and Henderson for dancing partners up there. Those 3 Chevys trying to make it happen. 2 Fords and 2 Supras on the bottom shelf right now. Let's go on board with the Canadian Crippler, Mark McFadden, so you can see exactly what he's seeing right now. Collins just gets yeeted going through the tri-oval. Let's take a look at what happened there. It's like bump draft gone wrong by McConey. Sends Collins down the hill into the grass. And everybody had well spotted behind him. That is definitely not what he was hoping for, though. And Tim Henderson has taken it pit side. Not sure exactly what's going on there. What did happen to Henderson? He hit something. Let's go back and take a look at what did happen to Henderson here. He's already missing the back bumper of that thing. So it's going to happen on this lap here. Keep your eye on the pink 91 on the top side. This happened while we were on board with Mark McFadden. He happened behind him. Oh, Jason Papp gets into him coming off a 2, and Henderson eats the outside wall. Well, that's a fine how do you do. Checking back in the front of this piece. McConey continues to lead. Here comes Burkhardt on the top side. Henderson just coming out of the pits now. Burkhardt drops down to the low side. It leaves Papp and Wilson all alone on that top shelf. Working lap 14 of 110 here tonight. Everybody's still running. And most of them still up in this lead group. Again, there are no fast repairs. We both going into last week's race, and everybody voted against fast repairs. And it's calmed everybody down a little bit. Because everybody knows now they don't have that mulligan in their pocket, so no backup car for you. Burkhardt, McConey, McFadden, Decker, Tarnowski, Papp, Wilson, Warren, Lowe, and Worrell, your top 10. Up, lay him down here as... Let's go to that camera view. That is your top 15. Go ahead and throw a blanket over all of them. Unfortunately, Tim Henderson with that wounded warrior not able to maintain pace right now. It's about 20 miles an hour off of what everybody else is currently doing. Coney and Decker door to door coming out of turn number 4. Decker with the nose out front coming to the line. Checking in with our championship 4 right now. James Lowe currently leads the pack. There he is in the Suzuki number 99. Chris Worrell and Michael Anthony running stem to stern back there in the pack a little bit. You see those two Balls Garana cars at the tail end of the field. And right in front of them is Ed DeBoer. So Nick Wing in the Ford Quality Service number 10 pulling DeBoer along right now. Only working lap 19 of 110 here tonight. Burkhart now leading the outside lane. He's got Austin Collins glued to him as Burkhart going to drop down in front of McConey. A good recovery drive for Collins as he went through the grass about 6 laps ago. Collins, McConey, Papp, McFadden, Decker, Tarnowski, Wilson, Warren, and Lowe. Your top 10 as we currently sit. Still 2 lanes at the front of this piece. Everybody else getting single filed out. Side makes it 2 wide, 4 deep at the front of this piece. Scott Warren was your pole sitter. He's now back a little bit. Back in 9th, actually, behind that lead cluster. Papp goes to the left side. Hangs Collins out to dry. Gives him a hole, gets back in. Now Collins back in line and we stay green. So being as this is the final race of the season for the iRacing Superspeedway series, I did receive word we're going to be taking a little time off, let everybody kind of get their wits back about them. But, you know, while we are in the final race of the season, go ahead in the live chat, let us know what your favorite moment was this past season. I hear from you guys, I'll let you know what my favorite time season was. Now at 23 in the books. Austin Collins to the front. Tarnowski now leads the low side. And this is the, unfortunately, this is the 1-year anniversary of the loss of Brian's wife, Stacy. She was taken from us way too soon from breast cancer, which is why you see so many cars painted up pink tonight, carrying pink ribbons somewhere on the vehicle in remembrance of Stacy Tarnowski. Brian normally running the Trish's Hope liveries on his car, and Trish's Hope, it's an organization that helps not just people suffering from cancer, but the families of those that are battling as well. You know, we always hear about the person putting up a strong fight. In order for someone battling cancer to put up a strong fight, they need a strong support system. And that's really what Trish's Hope helps. You know, whether it's a spouse, a loved one, a parent, or a child with cancer. You know, Trish's Hope brings people together to be that support network that everyone is going to need. You know, those that are battling, family members that are helping those battle, and lost loved ones to the battle. Trish'sHope.org if you want more information on how to make donations. Tarnowski continues to show the way on the low side right now. Two of our biggest movers at the front of this piece right now. Tarnowski is +6. Austin Collins, leading the outside lane in third, is +10. And the way Dusty Burkhart's pushing on him, he is now +11. Sound like a tobacco auctioneer. Do I hear 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12? Nope. Was on the low side, helping Tarnowski. As we are fast approaching what should be the first round of green flag pit stops coming up here in a couple of laps. With an 85% fuel fill, we're looking 30 to 32, depending on how you were able to save fuel. The biggest key is you're going to have an engine partner. At least two of them going with you. Field works its way off of turn number 4. Tarnowski on the low side, Collins on the top shelf. Tarnowski leads another one. On board with Greg McConey, looking forward at the Stacy Strong, number 28 of Tarnowski. Tarnowski and Collins continue to punch the hole in the air as Dusty Burkhardt getting a little bit squirrely, getting a bump from Jason Papp. First rule of Superspeedway racing, don't push the pusher. For the most part, everybody getting single filed out, so, you know, these guys are going to be heading down pit road here in another lap. Everybody picking him up and laying him down right now. Collins now shows away on the top side, reaches down into Tarnowski. Tarnowski gets sent up the hill. Everybody able to stay out of the wall and keep out of each other. That's the good news. Tim Henderson getting up and out of the way again. That is the rule in the league that lap cars have to get to the outside and stay there till the parade goes by. Then you can get back down into traffic and, you know, run with everybody if you can still maintain speed. So far, so good, though, is Henderson, the only one that is not on the lead lap, but all 16 cars that did start are still running. Checking in with our Championship 4, there is James Lowe in the SimCube 99. He is back in 10th. Two behind him is Ed DeBoer. In the 24, there he is. And then behind him, two of the championship rivals, Chris Wall and Michael Anthony, in the 6th and the 8th. So 10th, 12th, 13th, and 14th right now for our Championship 4. Not quite yet to the first green flag pit stop. Check back in into the front. And only a lap or two away, I would dare say, from seeing green flag pit stops. And now everybody is single file, which means either next lap or the following lap is when we're going to see everybody start to blink and come down pit road. McConey pushing on Tarnowski right now, 191 going into turn number 1 for the two front runners. Not the fastest speeds we've seen all season, but here we go. Everybody trying to get those cars woed down. Decker sliding it, gets it, stopped just in time. Scott Warren and company stay out. Mark McFadden stayed out as well. Warren, Lowe, McFadden, Wing, DeBoer, Worrell, and Anthony all electing to stay out for at least one more lap. And here we go. Ooh, Worrell and Lowe electing to stay out this time. Everybody getting them woed down as Anthony and DeBoer both coming down pit road. Let's see how this one's going to shake out. As it looks like foreign fuel for everybody so far. Let's see if we're going to have any takers to go fuel only. The answer to that is no. Decker won the battle off pit road for that little grouping. Nick Wing wins the battle off pit road for the second group, but here comes Decker and company as Lowe and Worrell finally go pit side. Decker and McConey with a good head of steam right now. And we've already been told you can double stint tires if you need to. So far, nobody's taking that gamble yet. Still early in the race, get the fresh tires on now and gamble later. As there's Lowe and Worrell just coming out onto the track now. It's Decker and Collins side by side behind them. About 10-mile-an-hour difference for Decker and company as see now they're slowing down. They're letting Lowe and Worrell punch the hole. Worrell bailing out. Let's James Lowe and Ryan Decker now start leading that low lane. McConey backs off his dancing partner so that he doesn't break the cardinal rule of Superspeedway racing. And John LeBombard has decided to put it on the hauler. So 15 of the 16 still running. Tim Henderson, the only car with a lap one or more laps down. Lowe, Decker, McConey, Collins, Tarnowski, Burkhart, Papp, Wilson, Wing, and Anthony, your top 10. Ryan Decker showing the way on the low side now. As James Lowe jumps up to pick up Jason Papp and company on that second lane. So now Decker and McConey leading Brian Tarnowski on the low side. James Lowe trying to get back up there on the top side. And with the damage on the nose of Jason Papp's number 1, he probably is letting his teammate know that he can't lead a line right now. Fastest lap of the race just set by Brandon Wilson in the 5:01 at a 47:07. That's hauling the mail, folks. just as I say, Jason Papp probably can't lead the line. He goes and proves me wrong. Not yet at the halfway mark. Green flag pit stops are done and dusted. We're going to step away, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back right after this.
What's up, guys? Roger Debo, front tire changer for the 45 Alpha Prime car. You're watching Sim Racing Media. What's up, guys? Roger Debo, front tire changer for the 45 Alpha Prime car. You're watching Sim Racing Media.
Back at Daytona for the Racing for Stacy 275, presented by the iRacing Superspeedway Series. This is the season finale, and there you can see one of your championship four right there running in fourth. The current highest runner of the championship four, and that of course is James Lowe in the Sim Cube 99. To cap off a 5-win season, as he went 4 straight in the playoffs. Chris Moore currently back in 8th, Michael Anthony in 6th, Ed DeBoer in 11th. That is your championship 4, with Lowe leading the way in 4th. Current race leader, though, is the man in the McConey Crafting number 12. That is Greg McConey. His wife, Sydney, does some amazing work. Matter of fact, I'm wearing a t-shirt right now that she made for us when we went to Miami back in October, and I'll tell you right now, it's the most comfortable t-shirt I own. You can find them on their Facebook. One of the big supporters of the iRacing Superspeedway Series. We go on board with McConey now. Collins back down pit road. The troubles continue for the 29 here tonight. Tim Henderson has decided to put it on the hauler, which leaves 13 cars still running, 14 still in sim. Of the 16 that did start here tonight. Mark McFadden being scored as the last car on the lead lap. However, as you could see from that last camera view coming into the tri-oval, that was McFadden going into 1. So there you see coming out of 2, that's McFadden just at the end of the straightaway now. Won't be too much longer before McFadden unfortunately goes a lap down. He did lose the draft coming off of pit road. There was McFadden there. There's McDoney and company. Past the halfway mark here, working lap 60 of 110 here tonight. It'll be 50 laps to go this time across the line. Should be the second round of green flag pit stop. So far so good. Nobody has been popped for a pit road violation. And everybody got away with 4 in fuel and down in green clean. McFadden with no real help on that outside lane is using side draft to claw his way back to the lead lap. Coney, Burkhart, Tarnowski, and Lowe, your top 4. Ryan Decker holding down the number 5 spot. Michael Anthony's up to 6th. Chris Worrell is up to 7th. Brandon Wilson's in 8th. 9th. And Ed DeBoer rounding out your top 10. Jason Papp and Scott Warren rounding out your lead lap cars in 11th and 12th. McFadden able to jump in, currently 4th on track. Although he is a lap car, he's able to run with the leaders. talking lap 66 of 110 here tonight from Daytona. The iRacing Superspeedway Series season finale. Racing for Stacy 275. Coach Basil the booth with you for this one. Happy to be here tonight. 110 laps of scheduled race distance. So far, we have gone caution free. But place your bets. Right now, McConey, Burkhart, Tarnowski, Lowe, Decker, Anthony, Morrill, Wilson, Wing, and DeVore your top 10, with Pap and Warren rounding out your lead lap cars at 11 to 12. Mark McFadden, there he is in the white number 48, is the only lap car still running. Fortunately, Austin Collins is still on pit road and has been for the last 15 minutes trying to get that car repaired. Hand grenaded an engine is what I'm being told. Again, let us know what your favorite moment of the past season was. Try to touch base with you on that one in the live chat. Thank you all so much for making this part of your Friday evening. If you haven't done so already, and I really don't know what you're waiting for, I want to thank those of you who've already done this, and that's hit the subscribe button. We just recently passed the 3,000 subscriber mark, and as one of the OGs of this channel, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for making that possible. See if we can get to 5,000. What do you say, folks? And while you're at it, hit the bell notification, turn on bell notifications, so you don't miss a single moment of action here on Sim Racing Media, as we have a ton of racing coming up this weekend. You know, as we're going live tomorrow with the Dynasty Racing League, round number 7 from Texas. And that is a 7:50 start time for that one. And the TNGG Superspeedway Blitz, round number 3 from Michigan, tomorrow night will kick off at 8:45. And then Sunday is the big one. For the 500 miler for the season opener of the SNN Cup Series at Daytona. That'll be a 7:20 Eastern Time start for that one. The Davis Brothers Roofing Sunday Night NASCAR Series. We are the proud home of that. And we're going to follow that up Monday night with the SNN Xfinity Series season opener for Daytona, along with the SCL International Cup Series Round 5 from Charlotte, and the All-Pro Sim Winter Heat Series, J. Ray's Spicy Jerky Championship from North Wilkesboro. That'll be an 8:40 Eastern Time start. And then Tuesday we've got the triple header. The SNN Truck Series season opener at Daytona. That is a 7:30 Eastern Time start on that one. Followed by the AARL Blue. I can speak it. I promise I can, folks. The AARL Blue Gray Plastic Cup Series, round number 6 from Miami Homestead. That'll be an 8:20 Eastern Time start on that one. And then the nightcap, as we always do on the channel, the Western States Racing League, round number 7 from Texas. That'll be a 10:05 Eastern Time start on that one. So a ton of racing left this weekend here on the channel. If you haven't done so already, and I don't know what you're waiting for, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications. And while you're at it, please give this video a thumbs up, because it really does help share these videos with the YouTube algorithm, or Fuel's Algorithm rhythm, or something like that. I get confused. But while I was flapping my jaws, well, here come the green flag pit stops as Ed DeBoer now moves into the championship lead in second place on track behind Nick Wing. But But more thumbs up these videos get, the more likely they are to be shared around YouTube. You know, kind of like a cheap drink at a frat party. More thumbs up, the more plastic cups get handed out. Think of it that way. So DeBoer, Wing, DeBoer, Lowe, Decker, Anthony, Worrell, Wilson, Papp, Warren, and Burkhart, your top 10 as they currently sit. Jason Papp goes pit side. All by his lonesome. That's not good. As your top 8 have yet to come down. As that is Burkhart, Tarnowski, and McConey just coming out of the pits now. There is your current points leader, Ed DeBoer, Pride of Cadillac, Michigan. That is McFadden, who just came down pit road for his money stop. Well, not quite the money stop, the penultimate stop. Getting a little hot as Wing moves up to get the cool air to the radiator of the 24. Those two guys are on the same team, and they are in communication with each other as they bring it pit side this time. And all three of the Balls cars stay out. Lowe, Anthony, and Worrell all electing to stay out this time as Wing, Decker, DeBoer, Warren, and Wilson all come pit side. There's your top 3 and Mark McFadden, who's in 13th right now. And here comes the lead group. See if anybody gets popped for speeding. So far, so good. So we're going to stay with these 3. Nope, clean stop for all. Let's check in with Nick Wing and company as there is the Owasso, Michigan native leading the way. Warren, those guys are going to have to get in line. Scott Warren and Ryan Decker. Brian Tarnowski in tow with them. And they are coming up like a freight train right now on the group that just came off pit road, the last group to pit. In the form of Worrell, Anthony, and Lowe. check in and see what type of speeds we're looking at right now. This is how you can tell if anybody's playing a little shenaniganry, trying to save any fuel. Thing is, everybody's gonna have to pit at least one more time. Burkhart, Warren, and Lowe, your top three. Lowe is your current championship leader. These guys continue to just pick them up and lay them down. Brad Mashburn, bite your tongue, but it's coming. They've already announced that, yes, at some point iRacing is going to have rain available. My biggest concern is some of these guys have a hard enough time driving on a dry track. I can imagine what rain conditions are going to be like. We were flirting with 190 earlier. So everybody's backed it off about 10 miles an hour. If this is going to turn into another one of those races, I'm going to quit on the spot. I promise you this. Decker, Tarnowski, DeBoer, Wing, Anthony, McConey, Wilson, your top 10. With Laurel and Pap rounding out the field on the lead lap of 12. Pap, though, is way off pace. And unfortunately, he lost the draft when he came down pit road by himself. Wide as Decker sends it up the middle. Morrill on the high side by his lonesome. Morrill now takes over the race lead. And Decker goes with him. Looks like Worrell got tired of holding back and he's now moving the pass up full tilt. To go next time by. Weather conditions currently 91% relative humidity. Good grief. $5-mile-an-hour wind still blowing as a crosswind down across the back straightaway. .5 to go. Morrill now leads the championship and the race in Valskarana, number 6. And now he bails out. Ooh, this is getting sketchy. They finally give him a hole to get back in line. It moves James Lowe back to the championship leader in second place on track. Still the highest running of the championship four. Burkhart almost puts Decker on it. Oh! Oh my God.
Yellow flag is out.
Well, let's watch that one back. This is what we were looking for. So watch what happens here as Collins goes up, then goes down, puts Decker onto the apron. Decker trying to collect it, gets it sideways, collects Warren, jams on the binders, everybody taking evasive action behind him. DeBoer goes spinning, gets it locked down. Jesus. Keep your eye on the black car in the middle of your screen on the low side, the 24 of DeBoer. All right then. .23 laps to go. I dare say everybody's going to be bringing it pit side this time. It's a free stop, why wouldn't you? Decker slides through his box. Wilson stays out. Interesting. James Lowe wins the battle off pit road. No more of this fuel mileage shenanigans. You can make it from here. At full tilt, so time to ramp the aggression up, boys. So, while they're playing catch up, we're going to step away, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back with the conclusion of this race. We are back with 20. We're going to be restarting with 20 to go here for the iRacing Superspeedway series. Everybody packing them full of fuel.
Green, green, green.
And here we go. Brandon Wilson gambles to stay out. James Lowe, Michael Anthony, and Ed DeBoer, your top four with him right now. That is Lowe and Anthony on the top side. Wilson and DeBoer on the low side. Here comes Nick Wing trying to get to the back of DeBoer to give him a good shove. Michael Anthony backed into a telephone pole with the Valscarana number 8 there in front of Wilson. Jason Papp now leads the top side. Dustin Burkhardt has issues. Championship leaders run stem to stern right now in the form of Lowe and Anthony on the low side. Lowe looking to get his 5th on the season. Anthony looking to get his 2nd. Chris Worrell is working with Jason Papp on the top side. 18 to go. And everybody has the taps wide open at this point. 190 miles an hour, hauling it off into turn number 1. They're fast approaching a very wounded Dusty Burkhardt. Bails out, down onto the apron. Mark McFadden back on the lead lap and back with this lead group of cars. There he is, his 4th car in line on the top side. Tarnowski is back on the lead lap as well in 10th. Lowe, Papp, Anthony, Worrell, Wing, Wilson, McFadden, Warren, DeBoer, and Tarnowski as they currently sit with 17 to go. I think I saw 193 pop in there for a brief second. So, no more saving fuel. Everybody has their foot almost through the floorboard right now. So here comes Worrell on the top side. DeBoer jumps up to the second place. Now leads the championship. He led the points all season long. Lowe Joe battles back on the low side. Anthony right there as well. Lowen Worrell drag race right now. And, oh!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Well then, that changes things. Let's back that one up. You'll see Chris Worrell go to the low side. That hands the lead of the race over to Jason Papp. There's Worrell getting the run down the super stretch as we're watching along from the blimp. There he goes now. Wing gets the run on Papp. Unfortunately, gets not straight. Everybody tries to get him mowed down. Tarnowski gets in the back bumper of DeBoer. All right then. Everybody except Chris Worrell having to come down pit road here. It's Worrell and McFadden, the only two without damage from that incident. I don't know. Looks like just about everybody having to spend an extended amount of time getting some damage fixed. Greg McConey driving what essentially works out to a pavement modified now. Now a reverse pavement modified. Lights getting ready to go out on the pace car. As everybody just barely able to get out in front of the said pace car. 11 laps to go, and these guys are going to have to hustle it. Do need to give a special shout out to Frank Marchese up in the race control booth here tonight. And thank you for being there most of the season, Frank. I know you were originally slated to drive in this series, but decided to go up into the race control booth to make things easier on the rest of the admins. Thank you so much for doing that thankless job, as well as keeping track of the points all season long. We wouldn't be able to bring those points to you weekly without the help of guys like Greg McConey and Frank Marchese. Let's restart with 10 to go. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Laps to go. Chris Worrell, Michael Anthony, James Lowe, Nick Wing, Jason Papp, Mark McFadden, Scott Warren, Ed DeBoer, Brandon Wilson, Brett Carnell in your top 10. Dustin Burkhart rounding out your lead lap cars right now in 11th. Smart. We're on board with Jason Papp right now. McFadden and Lowe going door to door. McFadden on the high side, Lowe on the bottom shelf. Right now, Chris Worrell and Michael Anthony leading that bottom lane. And that is your championship, 3 of your championship 4 right there. Ed DeBoer is back in 7th, 3rd car in line on the top side. And he's got a lot of damage, so it's going to take yeoman's work for him to get to the front of this piece, as we are 5 to go. McFadden leading the top side. He was a lap down at one point, now battling for the victory. 4 to go. He's got Warren for help up there with DeBoer, Wing, and Wilson. Michael Anthony, Chris Worrell, James Lowe, 1, 2, 3 on the bottom side. They've got Jason Papp, Ryan Decker, and Dusty Burkhart for help on the bottom lane. There's Greg McConey getting down and out of the way going into 3. And I dare say it's go time, boys. If you got anything left, use it. 3 to go. Anthony leading that bottom lane right now. DeBoer backed up to Wing. Do they have anything left? Warren and Papp almost getting into it, coming off at 2. Down the super stretch, but good ahead of Steve. Still flirting with 192 miles an hour, hauling it off into turn number 3. Two to go as they come to the line this time. Popsicle sticks are in the air. 5 miles left. Michael Anthony, Chris Worrell, Mark McFadden, James Lowe, your top 4. Scott Warren, Jason Papp, Ed DeBoer, running out your championship 4 in 7th. Nick Wing, Dusty Burkhart, Brandon Wilson, Ryan Karnowski rounding out your lead lap cars in 11th. Wing is glued to what's left of the back bumper of DeBoer right now. Coming to the white flag. Get there. We are racing back to checkers. Nobody's lifting. Nobody's giving an inch on the final lap of the iRacing East Superspeedway Series. Oi! Wing, Decker, Tarnowski, all into the wall. Oh no. Alright. So far so good. We are racing back to checkers, as I said. We'll go back and take a look at that one. Anthony just has to hold on. Coming to the line, Anthony wins. And around goes Lowe. Let's take a quick look at that last lap one more time. So here they are coming into turn number 1. Burkhart looks to make it 3 wide, gets into gets into Wing. Then gets into Decker, gets him loose, goes up into Wing again. Decker turns Wing. Wilson plays dodge him. Tarnowski eats the wall. And then coming to the line, Warren can't get to the back bumper of McFadden well enough. Almost makes it 3 wide, and Chris Worrell would rather see his buddy win than take the championship himself. Michael Anthony gets his 2nd win on the season. As we are going to reach out now to the pride of Boston, Massachusetts, Michael Anthony. How does it feel to be able to call yourself iRacing East Superspeedway Series champion?
Oh man, it feels good. It feels good. I told Chris to do what he had to do at the end there, and he elected to push me, and so I appreciate it, man. It feels good.
Well, you definitely, put on a clinic. You finished on the podium in every race of this playoff round or playoff series.
Say it again. I'm sorry. I finished on the podium in
You
every
are the
playoff round.
only driver who finished on the podium in every race in this championship series.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, I was playing it pretty like low key the first few rounds of the playoffs. I just wanted to get good placement, make it onto the next couple rounds, and then I decided to ramp it up a little bit these last few races. And yeah, I've been talking to you a lot the last few weeks.
We have it that, but you're bringing the championship home to Boston. They're going to have the same ticker tape parade that they had for the Red Sox and the Patriots.
I hope so, man.
And the Bruins and the Celtics.
I hope I'm the first of 2 more championships this year.
Oh,
The Celtics and the Bruins. They're doing well, so.
All right.
Excited to see this. Excited to see them. Again, I want to thank Chris and James for staying with me here for the championship. It was nice to get a push finally to the win. I think it's only my second win of the season.
It is.
Yeah, most of the season I've been pushing people. I've been happy with it, but it's nice to get a win to end the season.
Michael Anthony, congratulations on winning the championship. We're going to let you go celebrate with the rest of your team. Again, congratulations, man. Well deserved.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
That was Michael Anthony. We are now going to reach out to the man who pushed him to the lead, and that would be the other driver of a Balls Corona Energy race car tonight, the number 6, Chris Worrell. Chris, maybe not the way you wanted it to win, but all things considered, second place in the race, second place in the points, and 4 wins on the season. Can't be too disappointed.
Yeah, the goal was to get James or Mike the championship tonight. I've been lucky enough to have one. It sucks those two got taken out by Nick Wing and his shenanigans as usual. It's getting really old racing with him, to be honest with you. But the 2 intentional cautions already these last couple races. I mean, he tried to hit me on the backstretch going down there when nobody was going, and I was trying to pass the field. I hate it because it's not like I dislike Nick personally, but I don't know what the hell he was doing tonight, and it just sucks. It cost James a chance at it too. But I feel bad for Edwin too. Shout out to Edwin. That was his help tonight. I wish he'd have just joined us. That way we'd at least all 4 tried to race it out instead of having Nick as his help. But it is what it is. Hopefully things will get cleaned up by next season. We can have some better racing. But it feels good to get P2. Feels good to get 1, 2, 3. And congrats to Edwin coming in 4th. Hopefully he'll hang out and work with us next season.
6th race in this championship that Balls Energy has gone 1, 2, 3.
Well, feels good. It's fun to race with these guys. I appreciate everybody in the league. Like everybody. Nick, it's getting harder and harder to like him. But it's just I just hate it for James. Luckily Mike was able to get a championship tonight, but either way, we're happy. 2nd place. Thanks for everything you've done this season. iRacing, iFlag, Butt Kicker, Circle B, Diecast, Rowdy Energy, Jason, Greg for putting on, the league. James Lowe, first and foremost, making a fast car every weekend for me. And, yeah.
Chris Worrell, congratulations on another podium, and we will see you next season, sir.
Thank you.
And joining me now, the Canadian crippler himself, a lap down at the midway part of the race, got the lap back, battled back. It's got to feel good to be bringing a podium back to Surrey, British Columbia, doesn't it, Mark? Do we have Mark? Mark McFadden, hello. Maybe we have Mark. There he is. Mark?
Have you got me?
I got you now, sir. How's it feel to be bringing a podium back to Surrey, British Columbia, sir?
It feels great. It was a hard run, but I would have loved to have done this last week. But no, I'm glad to finish off the year with a third place finish. I want to congratulate the top four for their good run tonight. Actually, I was so involved in my third place. Who actually got the championship?
That would go to Michael Anthony.
Yeah, well, congratulations to Michael. Then he ran a good, hard season and deserves to get what he got.
Well, Mark, you definitely had a solid season yourself. Made the playoffs, won a race. Now in the last race of the season, finished on the podium. I mean, you put a hell of a season together, man.
Yeah, it's been a fun season. There were some good times, some bad times, but I just really appreciate everything that you guys in the broadcast booth have done. You've treated me well this year.
Well, you've given us a lot of good things to talk about, but you know, Mark, who do you need to thank before we let you go celebrate this podium? I'm sure Miss Sally's going to be a happy camper.
Yeah, well, last of the year there, so I'd like to say hi to Sally. She's in New Zealand right now. I hope the weather's picked up for her. She's had some lousy weather, and I know her luggage was lost for 4 days, so she's glad to get that. Yeah. So, and also to Tony, my buddy. Also, I can't find it in front of me, but I'm going to make it a try here. I want to thank Rowdy, and I just can't remember all the sponsors right now, unfortunately, but I do want to thank for everything they've done for all the year. I want to thank Jason Papp for all he does in this league. I know it's a lot of work. Plus, he's got his own real-world racing to do, so hard to balance both of them. Like Greg Mulconey for all of his help. I know I frustrated him over my radios this year, frustrated myself as well. And I just want to thank all of the sponsors that stand by this league every year after year. It's much appreciated. And also, of course, you guys in the booth.
Mark McFadden, congratulations on another podium. We will see you next season, sir.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
So that is going to do it for the interview portion. Let's take a quick look at the finishing order here tonight. Michael Anthony, Chris Worrell, Mark McFadden. We just spoke to those three gentlemen. James Lowe coming home in third in the championship. Scott Warren, fifth place on track. Jason Papp. Ed DeBoer, not the race he was hoping for. Dusty Burkhart, Brandon Wilson, Brian Tarnowski rounding out your top 10. Nick Wing rounding out your lead lap cars. Ryan Decker, Greg McConey, Austin Collins, Tim Henderson, and John LeBombard rounding out the field of 16 here tonight from Daytona. That is going to do it for us tonight for the iRacing Superspeedway series. Be sure to click over to the other broadcasts going on Sim Racing Media right now for the Monsters of Speed New Gen Cup Series, round number 3 for the Milwaukee Mile. Join us tomorrow night for the Dynasty Racing League Pro Series, round 7 from Texas. And that'll be a 7:50 Eastern Time start and an 8:45 Eastern Time start for the TNGG Superspeedway Blitz, round number 3 at Michigan. And then Sunday, we've got the SNN Cup Series opener, or season opener, at Daytona, the Davis Brothers Roofing 500. That'll kick off at 7:20 Eastern Time on Sunday. So on behalf of Mr. Jason Papp, Mr. Greg McConey, and the entirety of this iRacing Superspeedway series, this is Tony Trapasso thanking you all for a wonderful season. And we will see you back next season, hopefully. And in the meantime, until we meet again, as you walk down the road of life, folks, just remember, don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.